Will you stand with me in not knowing? And will you believe with me? You know, when I created the Joy Based Living Beginner's Guide, some people asked me, well, what is this going to be? And I was like, I don't know exactly. I just know that it's really important and really needed, and that there's nothing like this in the whole world that I know of. And this can be really, really, really great. And now it's here, and we're starting to see results from people who've been practicing joy based living for a while. And the results are so phenomenal and so indirect. Like, for example, I don't tell people what to do when they go out for dinner. But what's happening is people are having conversations that are so safe and so inspiring and inspired, and people are feeling so supported because they have structures for conversations that allow them to clean up their own junk and allow them to be with people who are standing for the best in themselves and in each other. So it's not like this game of rules. It's more like, here's what's possible. Here are some things that we can engage in ourselves to give ourselves as much love as we possibly can, to wound ourselves and each other as little as we possibly can, and to correct as quickly as we can, and then to really listen and evolve what's showing up inside of us, like to hang out with other people who are in flight or who are determined to be in flight and who are committed to that. So this conversation isn't for everyone, and it's going to emerge as we emerge it. The closest thing I can compare it to in a very different way is like the 12-step movement. When it first started, it was one person helping another person and saying, you know what, I'm afraid to get drunk again, so I'm going to go to the hospital and I'm going to see if I can help another drunk. And that's how AA started. And now that's been around for like 70 or 80 years, and millions of people from all around the world are using the programs of all kinds. The reason it works is because people are caring for themselves first and then for each other second. And they're committed, and there's a structure to the conversation. The thing about it is there hasn't been a structured conversation for people who simply want to be well, and simply who are well and who want to share with other people who are well. And there are conversations like that, but as far as I know, they all have either a high cost to them, and even when they do, there's always an end to them, and there's somebody else facilitating the discussion. So what I've done is put together a bunch of different pieces so that you can have the structure, and then you can invite other people into using that structure, and then you use it for your own stuff. So you're not dependent on me. You're not dependent on anybody except for yourself. So I'm sharing this as a way of saying, I don't know exactly how this is all working and how it's all going to work. I just know that I'm going to keep my pulse with my heart, with my own body. And what my body tells me is like, what's the next step, listening within. And I'm going to be listening to you, what I feel from the pulse from our community of what's working, and what can be even more awesome and what can be improved. And so right now we have a couple of really good structures, and we have the guide itself. We have the classroom that has recordings for the guide, and it has its own conversation mainly about the structure itself, and keeping that strong. And then we have a Facebook conversation for our members about their answers to the questions in the guide. That is the launching point for people to meet each other from all around the world, and they're doing it, and to connect with each other and offer support to each other. I don't believe that anybody on this path of emerging should ever have to be alone. I think we need each other. And I think that there should always be a space where you can say, okay, I don't know where to turn right now, but I can turn here and see if I can get somebody to be a loving mirror for me, and to honor what's emerging in me, and to stand with me wherever I am, and know that there's something amazing and awesome inside of me, and that we're going to stand together in that light. And that is what excites me the most, is this. It's a tribe. It's not an individual experience. Emerging is not an individual experience. I mean, it is, but we don't become the best of who we are, the truth of who we are, by ourselves. We don't become by ourselves. We become in light with each other. And when other people see your light and your best and they affirm that and they hold space for that, it's going to become more real and more alive and more palpable and visible to you than ever before. And you deserve that. So that's why we're here. It's what we're doing. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Bye.